Batman Under the Red Hood is one of the most well-written and produced Batman films in its cinematic history. Inspired by Batman Under the Red Hood comic book written by Judd Winnick, in this video, I'll be discussing the highlight of Red Hood and Batman's battle, the emotional aspect of it, and the importance of the fight in both Bruce and Jason's characters going forward. I'll be discussing the overall circumstances, the stakes, and what unfolds. The confrontation between Batman and Red Hood in the animated film Batman Under the Red Hood is one of the most emotionally charged and pivotal battles in Batman's history. It not only showcases their physical prowess but also delves deep into their complex relationship, shaped by love, loss, betrayal, and conflicting ideologies. I'll break down the key elements in this battle, focusing on its emotional weight, the stakes involved, and the significance for both Bruce Wayne, that being Batman, and Jason Todd, that being the Red Hood. The battle, circumstances leading to the fight, and Jason Todd's resurrection and transformation. Jason Todd, the second Robin, was brutally murdered by the Joker. His resurrection via the Lazarus Pit left him mentally and emotionally scarred, leading him to adopt the Red Hood persona. He returns to Gotham with a vendetta against both the Joker and Batman, blaming Bruce for not avenging his death. Their confrontation of ideologies. Jason, as Red Hood, seeks to control Gotham through fear, killing criminals to maintain order, a method he believes is more effective than Batman's non-lethal approach. This confrontation is inevitable, as their philosophies on justice and how to achieve it are fundamentally opposed. Their physical battle, skills, and tactics. The fight itself is a brutal and evenly matched contest, showcasing the advanced training and combat skills of both Batman and Jason Todd. Jason knows Batman's techniques and tactics, having been trained by him, which makes the battle even more intense and personal. Each move is charged with their own shared history, making it more than just a fight. It's a physical manifestation of the emotional conflict. Strategic mindset. Batman is more cautious, attempting to subdue Jason without hurting him severely, reflecting his emotional struggle. Jason, on the other hand, fights with a mixture of anger and desperation, pushing Batman to his limits to prove a point. The emotional aspect. Jason's pain and anger. The battle is fueled by Jason's deep sense of betrayal. He cannot understand why Batman didn't avenge his death by killing the Joker. His pain is evident as he fights, with each strike representing years of pent-up anger and disillusionment. Batman's guilt and sorrow. For Batman, this fight is a nightmare come true. He blames himself for Jason's death and struggles with the guilt of having failed him. The emotional toll is visible as Batman tries to reach out to Jason, torn between stopping him and wanting to save him. The climax, moral and emotional dilemmas, and the Joker's role. The confrontation reaches its peak when Jason captures the Joker and presents Batman with an ultimatum. Either Batman kills the Joker or Jason will. This moment encapsulates the core of their conflict. Jason sees killing the Joker as justice, while Batman sees it as crossing a line he cannot return from. Batman's unyielding code. Batman's refusal to kill the Joker, even after everything the Joker has done, including murdering Jason, is a testament to his unwavering moral code. Batman argues that once he crosses that line, he becomes no different from the criminals he fights. This stance is both his greatest strength and his deepest tragedy, as it alienates those he cares about, like Jason. Jason's emotional breakdown and the question of worth. Jason's breakdown when Batman refuses to kill the Joker is one of the most heartbreaking moments. He screams,
"Why? I'm not talking about killing Penguin or Scarecrow or Dent. I'm talking about him. Just him. And doing it because he took me away from you."
This plea highlights Jason's deep-seated need for validation and love from Batman, as he sees the Joker's continued existence as a sign that he wasn't worth avenging. Batman's response. Batman's response is equally poignant.
"I can't. I'm sorry."
This refusal isn't just about upholding his code. It's also about not letting Jason descend further into the abyss of anger and vengeance. The importance of both characters going forward. First, Bruce Wayne / Batman. Renewed guilt and responsibility. The battle reinforces Batman's sense of responsibility for his protégés. Jason's fate becomes another scar on Bruce's soul, deepening his guilt and reaffirming his commitment to his no-kill rule. However, it also highlights his isolation. His code, while noble, often pushes those he cares about away. His character evolution. Batman's inability to save Jason from his darker impulses leads to introspection. He's forced to confront the consequences of his decisions and the rigid adherence to his principles, which sometimes come at a high personal cost. For Jason / the Red Hood, the path of vengeance. This confrontation solidifies Jason's identity as the Red Hood. Unable to reconcile with Batman's moral code, Jason continues down his own path, becoming a darker, more brutal vigilante. His actions are driven by a twisted sense of justice, forever shaped by Batman's refusal to kill. complex relationship with Batman. The relationship between Jason Todd and Bruce remains deeply strained. While Jason still respects and in a way loves Batman, he cannot forgive him for what he sees as a betrayal. This complicated dynamic adds depth to their interactions in the future storylines, making Jason one of the most tragic and layered characters in the Batman mythos. The stakes and what unfolds. The future of Gotham. The battle between Batman and Red Hood isn't just personal, it's about the future of Gotham. If Jason's methods were to prevail, Gotham would become a city ruled by fear and lethal justice. Batman's victory ensures that Gotham remains a place where justice is served without killing, but it's a bittersweet victory. The emotional fallout. The aftermath of the fight leaves both characters emotionally scarred. Jason remains a reminder of Batman's greatest failure, and the unresolved issues continue to haunt Bruce. The emotional wounds from this battle affect their future encounters, with Jason's action often driven by the desire to prove himself to Batman or challenge his ideology. The long-term impact. This fight is a turning point in Batman's universe. It marks the return of Jason Todd, not as a sidekick, but as a powerful and conflicted anti-hero. The battle shapes the future interactions between Batman and Red Hood, influencing their roles in Gotham's landscape and adding layers of complexity to the ongoing narrative. The overall significance. The battle in Under the Red Hood is not just a fight between two highly skilled combatants. It's a deeply emotional and philosophical confrontation. It forces both Batman and Jason Todd to confront their past, their pain, and their ideologies. The stakes are intensely personal, with the outcome determining not just the fate of Gotham, but the future of their relationship. This fight is a defining moment in Batman's story, illustrating the heavy burden of his moral code and the tragic consequences it can have on those closest to him.